Sometimes there are differences, but it's our responsibility to overcome them for the greater good. That from the French President Emmanuel Macron as he spoke at a special reception in China. The Chinese President Xi Jinping echoing his words, calling for more stable ties with France. A warm welcome then for Macron and his wife Brigitte to the Great Hall of the People, where the ceremony had to be moved indoors due to cold weather there. Trade and the war in Ukraine still top of the list of items on the agenda in those talks.
I think that we have the measure of the gravity of the situation and the necessity to have a robust and lasting peace. You know that France is engaged in this, and I hope we can reinforce our cooperation on this. As permanent members of the UN Security Council, we have particular responsibility, and we have to do everything so that compromises are found and that international law is maintained and long-term stability returns.
On the crisis in Ukraine, China supports all efforts towards peace. We hope that the different parties can, through dialogue, find a peace agreement that is fair, lasting, and acceptable to all parties concerned. China will continue to play a constructive role in solving this crisis via political means. But we strongly oppose all irresponsible discriminatory accusations.
Well, let's hear then from our reporter Clovis Casali, who's in Beijing for us.
French President Emmanuel Macron was welcomed at the Great Hall of the People here in Beijing by troops and by dozens of children aged around 10 years old, waving Chinese and French flags. And Xi Jinping, his Chinese counterpart there, of course, they had a bilateral meeting face-to-face. It was supposed to last around 30 minutes. It lasted more than an hour. And that just shows you that they had a lot to talk about, notably Ukraine. China could be doing more to influence Russia. That's what France thinks. The French president, surely in the bilateral meeting, asked his Chinese counterpart to contact Vladimir Putin to try to convince him that a ceasefire is necessary and that it should be a fair peace deal. In the statement to the press, the Chinese president actually said that China supports all peace efforts and also that it supports a peace deal that would be fair, long-lasting and accepted by all parties. And Xi Jinping also stressing that China opposes firmly all discriminatory accusations and all irresponsible accusations. In other words, all those who are accusing China of taking part or of helping Russia in its aggression of Ukraine.